The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. Actors are now joining the Hollywood writers' strike. Both the Screen Actors and Writers Guilds are now making demands for better pay amid the streaming TV era. They are also looking to get assurances that their work will not be replaced by artificial intelligence. This marks the first instance of a dual work stoppage in 63 years, resulting in the halt of numerous productions. It has so far rippled throughout California, hitting several suppliers that rely on Hollywood for business. But as the 160,000-strong SAG joins the picket lines, the economic damage is expected to further spread.
The whole thing is just, it's a scary place we're in because it is very easy to transition to not having humans do this. The talk about AI has totally dropped the ball.
I think probably for actors, I'm guessing September. Writers, I know that there seems to be such animosity from the producers toward the writers that I think it's gonna go longer. They're gonna offer us something and keep prolonging it. And I'll keep coming out for writers.
One Russian general claims he was dismissed as commander after reporting the failings of military on the front lines in Ukraine. In an unverified voice message from Major General Ivan Popov, who commanded the 58th Combined Arms Army, he can be heard saying that their own comrades hit them from behind while fighting on the front lines. He added that Russian troops lack proper counter-artillery systems and reconnaissance of enemy artillery. The Russian Defense Ministry has so far not commented about Popov's alleged dismissal. This public criticism of Russia's military leadership from a battle-hardened general comes less than a month since the Wagner mutiny. Reuters reports that this indicates the level of discontent within the Russian army as it fights the biggest land war in Europe since World War II. Thailand's Pita Limjaroenrat said he would not give up on his prime ministerial bid after losing in a parliamentary vote. This comes after the PM hopeful fell 51 votes shy of the required threshold. Pita said his party would re-strategize to gather the required support to win the next vote on the premier. The next vote will be held next week, wherein Pita can contest if nominated again.
I also accepted that it's below expectations in the sense that a lot of people didn't come to become quorum, as well as not voting as they wish, and I understand that there's a lot of pressure on them, as well as several incentives that didn't allow them to vote in alignment with the people. But I'm not giving up. I'm going to strategize once again how to consolidate the voice just to make sure that we reach 376 later on.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved the first over-the-counter contraceptive pill. The OTC approval of daily contraceptive O-pill allows people to obtain it without first seeing a healthcare provider. The approval is expected to cut barriers of access to contraceptives, such as the cost and time of medical consultations. Perrigo, which sells O-pill, is expected to share its pricing plan for the pill next week. The World Health Organization deems sweetener aspartame as possibly carcinogenic. The WHO's International Agency for Research on Cancer said there may be a link between aspartame and cancer. Excuse me. But evidence is limited. A separate panel recommends that people keep their daily consumption of aspartame below 40 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, while some scientists and food and beverage manufacturers believe that the WHO's label will only confuse consumers. Authorities said its hope is that the designation will prompt scientists to do even more research on aspartame and its possible link to cancer. Aspartame is one of the world's most popular artificial sweeteners, which is used in products from diet sodas to chewing gum. Heat wave sweeps across parts of southern Europe with potential record-breaking temperatures in the coming days. The phenomenon is dubbed Cerberus heat wave, named by experts after the three-headed monster featured in Dante's Inferno. Alerts were in place across Spain's Canary Islands, Italy, Cyprus, and Greece, as temperatures are expected to reach as high as 43 degrees Celsius. The impact of extreme summer heat has been brought into focus by research, as 61,000 people may have died in Europe's heat waves last summer. And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.